Welcome back for another episode of our Mind, Body, Spirit series in everyday life. So taking the practical things that we do on a regular basis that we don't often think about that much because we go on autopilot, and we often in our mind just see them as tasks to complete. And what I want to do with this series is to embrace those things in a way that can be helpful for our lives, and we can actually enjoy those tasks a little bit more, learn from them, help our bodies as we go through them, so that all of our hours in the day are useful and meaningful, and we're investing in ourselves as we go. So today we are tackling cleaning mirrors and windows. Same thing, it's the same kind of body motion. I believe it's the same kind of mindset, and I want to apply the same type of spiritual lesson, if you want to call it that, to both of those activities. So mindset, we've already talked about how it's an everyday task, or whenever we approach this task, it is something we hurry through in order to accomplish for the most of us. And what I want to do, as we will with every one of these tasks, the hardest thing is to simply slow ourselves down. If we can do that one thing, it will change our experience in all of these areas. So as you approach your task of cleaning the window or cleaning the mirror, step one, slow yourself down. This is not a race. It's not to see how fast you can complete the job, but rather to alter the way that you approach it and the way you perform it and the way you think about it. All right, so step one is to slow down. Step two is to think about operating from both sides, as we've already discussed in vacuuming and scrubbing the sink, that we do want to explore balancing out our body and using body mechanics in a way that can make us feel better as we go. So you're going to see me using one hand and then pausing, using the other hand, because we have built in those habits of using one hand and being one-sided in our lives. And what it does is it limits us from using our whole body and our whole minds. Those things carry over, all right? Which is the perfect lead-in to our spiritual component today. When we have dirty glass or dirty windows, we can only see so much. We can only see so clearly. Our view is obstructed. We have barriers in our way. And spiritually, that can often be the case. And to some degree, it is the case for all of us. None of us see perfectly clearly. And that's what going through this life is all about. Little bit by little bit, seeing a little bit broader perspective with a little more wisdom and understanding and experience. So you can approach your cleaning the mirrors and cleaning your windows as a life reminder that we are all growing. We're all seeing a little more clearly, and we can use this task as an intentional reminder for ourselves. I am growing, I'm opening up, I'm looking more clearly and seeing more clearly as I go. So as that glass becomes more transparent, and as the mirrors give you a more accurate reflection of yourself, then we're more mature, we're more grown up. And that's really the opportunity that life serves up for us every day. So let's take advantage of it. Let's live mind, body, and spirit through everything. All right, it's time to clean the mirrors. Here I go. Couple more words on body mechanics. So what you just saw me do was without any support other than I used my legs and I used the floor up and down. So if you're gonna work lower down and you need extra support, bring something like a chair close by where you've got a seated surface that could really give you some help. So it's the same thing we talk about in our back care classes and yoga classes about getting up and down from the floor with support. Don't feel bad and don't feel like you're wimping out by using support. We're meant to have support and we're meant to take care of our bodies for the long haul, not put undue stress as long as we can until we need a joint replacement, okay? So use support. So sending one foot back, opposite hand from the front foot is there on that support and easing your way down onto one knee. And then you've got all this support here in front of you. You can keep using that support any amount that you need to, okay, as you go about the task. And careful about where you're putting your back, how much tension you're putting on your back. So if you're gonna hover on your knees and bend forward like this with no support, realize what you're doing. And this is not something to sustain for a period of time. So come up and float the top of your head, relax your shoulders down, put one foot forward and use some support as you go. Keep your body relaxed and notice where you're causing too much strain and maybe pain. All right, so we want to avoid that side of things. Take care of ourselves. Look for ways where we can do all these tasks and feel better in the middle of them. All right, so when you're coming up out of this position, same thing that I teach. Use that support, get your head forward, and then that back foot is unweighted, that back knee is unweighted, and you can just easily send your body up back into space on your feet, feeling good. All right, that's it. So that was the physical demonstration of cleaning, body mechanics, thinking about how we're moving our bodies. It will definitely influence how we feel. It will influence our mindset for that task. Because if we didn't feel good while we were doing it, if we weren't really taking care of ourselves along the way, then we're gonna develop a relationship with that task of dread, of saying, I don't wanna go back to that task because I remember my body memory is telling me it wasn't fun, it didn't feel good. So we can rewire our mindset towards all of these activities of daily life based on how we approach them, how we do them, listening to our body. And when you finish that task and you get the reward of seeing a clean, clear mirror, remembering that spiritual lesson of, okay, I'm seeing more clearly now. I'm relaxed. I'm noticing things around me. I'm hearing things on the inside of me better than I was before. Then we have built ourselves up. We've participated in life in a full way, mind, body, and spirit. All right, I hope that was helpful. Take these things and embrace them in your own way. You don't need to do exactly what I'm saying. You don't even have to address this specifically with windows and rears. Just listen for any little nuggets that spoke to your heart and take those and use them for yourself. It's just that simple. All right, have a great day. I'll see you next time with another activity.